G'day guys, how you going? Today we're having a look at the Object 252U Premium Russian Tier 8 tank. It also comes in the Defender version of this tank, which is very patriotic to Joseph Stalin himself. Some do say that the tracks are made from real Stalinium, but for now we're just going to pretend that it's the Object 252U. Now this tank is a nasty pasty. It is quite difficult to be able to penetrate the front of this tank. It's got weird, wacky angles everywhere, but today I'm going to tell you exactly how you can ruin the day of any of the drivers in this tank. So guys, if you're facing this tank from the front, it does have a very big upper frontal plate, which isn't, well, it is quite well sloped at 50 degrees, but it only is 140 millimeters of armor, so you do get effective values of pretty much 220 millimeters of penetration. So if you know your gun is about 220 millimeters of penetration, you have a 50-50 chance of being able to go through that lower plate. However, this tank is very low indeed, and if this tank angles like that, I would not shoot at the frontal plate. It's only if it's angling at you, straight towards you. This upper frontal plate, forget about it, do not shoot into it, and the turret, forget about it, do not shoot into it. Having said that, look at these two cupolas on the top, guys. These are so easily penetrated. They're very small, but if you can aim for the roof, you're pretty much guaranteed to hit it. Now, any shots will probably ricochet off this area here, but sometimes they do ricochet off into these mini turrets on the top, and they can be hit from any direction. Having said that, if you get the side of this turret, then you might as well just shoot at the side of this turret. You'll have just the same chance of going through them, really, because these targets are quite small. But if you're looking at it from the front, shoot it here. Now also guys, because this tank is quite low to the ground, you often are a bit above it, so it does help, meaning you can try and aim for these turrets even more. Try not to shoot this area at the top, like just below the little cupolas here, I should say. I think I've been calling them turrets, but you can see that this area is quite well armored, but if you shoot these areas here, you are going to be able to penetrate this tank, although it's still a nasty tank to be able to try and penetrate from the front. Now you can see it's got this wacky spaced armor here. Do not shoot the side. If it's ever angled like this, just never shoot it. You're not going to be able to penetrate. If you shoot into this area, however, just in the front road wheel, and it's angled at you like this, you should be able to go through quite reliably in this area here, but the more further back you get, it's just going to be absorbed by the track, or it's going to be absorbed by this little annoying piece of spaced armor here. Having said that, if you shoot just below it and just above the track, you should be able to go through as well, so that's an option there as well. But this upper frontal plate does become less effective once it does angle like this, but even so, don't shoot it because it's so hard to penetrate with this tank. It's just not even worth it. Also, I should mention, if you guys are above it, you can shoot this little area up here, but again, it's going to be really hard to penetrate. So obviously with the backs and sides, I should mention as well, just try and shoot anywhere. Do not shoot this area though. I should mention again, this spaced armor is going to ricochet your shot. It's such an odd piece of armor. It's just Russian biased. We all know it anyway. So if you see the side of this tank though, just try and lob a shot in anywhere above, just above them. It'll just try and make a calculated guess. You should be able to go through the tracks. You should be able to go through the side. Turret, try and stay away from, because it's still relatively well armored. It's not amazing. If you know you have the penetration for it, do it, but if you don't, then don't. Now the back of this tank is quite weak indeed. Still, your best bet is to go from the back, because if you get it at a weird angle, it's going to ricochet off this shell again. It's so frustrating. Back of the turret as well, very flat armor, only 100 millimeters. Shoot the back of this turret if you can see it, but yeah, be careful with the back here, because if you get a weird angle, which this tank has like the IS-6, you can ricochet off. But that's it guys. Again, one more time from the front, if you're looking at this tank from the front, which often this tank is, just shoot these cupolas up here if you can. If not, try and go from this upper plate, this lower plate. If not, pray to Jesus guys, because this tank is really well armored. But thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time guys.